Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled amidst lush green fields, there lived a man infamous for his laziness. His reputation for idleness was well known throughout the village, as he spent his days indulging in dreams of an easy life. He longed for comfort without the burden of labor, and tried every trick in the book to fill his stomach without breaking a sweat. While the villagers bustled about their daily chores, he would idly wander through the market, hoping to collect scraps from those more industrious than himself. His lack of ambition and effort often made him the subject of ridicule among the villagers, who viewed him as a cautionary tale of wasted potential. One crisp morning, as the sun rose to cast a golden hue over the village, his stomach growled loudly with hunger. The rumbling was a constant reminder of his need for sustenance. Driven by the pangs of hunger, he decided to venture beyond the confines of the village. As he strolled further away, his eyes were drawn to a nearby orchard, its branches heavy with ripe red apples. The sight was too tempting to resist. He tiptoed towards the apple-laden branch, reaching out with eager hands, only to be startled by an angry shout from behind him. A farmer, the guardian of the orchard, was storming towards him, brandishing a stick in his hand. Panic seized the lazy man, and in a flurry of movement, he bolted into the nearby forest, his heart pounding wildly in his chest. As he trudged deeper into the woods, each step taking him further from the village, he eventually paused to catch his breath beneath the shade of an ancient tree. It was there, in the quiet solitude of the forest, that he noticed something peculiar, a wolf with only 2 legs. The sight was astonishing, prompting him to rub his eyes in disbelief. How could such a creature survive in the wild, where every day was a battle for survival? The wolf, unable to run, hunt, or fend off predators, seemed an unlikely candidate for survival. Yet there it was, crawling across the forest floor with a serene expression, as if accepting its fate with grace. Suddenly, the rustle of leaves snapped the man's attention to his surroundings. Emerging from the thickets was a majestic lion, its golden mane gleaming in the dappled sunlight. The man's initial instinct was to climb the tree above him, his heart thudding with fear at the presence of the king of the jungle. But what he witnessed next was beyond his wildest imagination. The lion, with an air of quiet dignity, dropped a fresh piece of meat before the crippled wolf, then turned and disappeared back into the wilderness without a backward glance. The lazy man's eyes widened in astonishment at the incredible sight before him. What an awe-inspiring scene, he thought, feeling a sudden warmth spreading through his chest. Even in the harshness of the forest, where survival is uncertain, God provides for his creatures. Surely, he must have a plan for me too. With this newfound faith, he decided to wait for divine help. He settled himself in a shady spot under a tree, convinced that sustenance would soon appear, just as it had for the wolf. Hours turned into a day, and then 2. The sun blazed fiercely during the day and sank into the horizon at night, yet no miraculous food appeared. His hope began to wither as hunger gnawed at him relentlessly, like a beast refusing to be ignored. Finally, his patience broke, and weary and weak, he staggered back to the village path. It was there that he encountered an old sage, draped in simple robes and carrying a wooden staff, a figure of wisdom amidst the confusion of his thoughts. The man, with eyes full of desperation, recounted his extraordinary experience in the forest. "O wise one, I witnessed a miracle. A lion fed a crippled wolf. I believed that God would show the same kindness to me. But why did he abandon me when I waited so faithfully?" he lamented. The sage's eyes crinkled with a gentle smile as he listened patiently. "My child," he said softly, "it is true that God's plan extends to all living beings, and you are no exception. But you have misinterpreted the message he sent you. He did not wish for you to be like the wolf, waiting passively for help to arrive. Instead, he wanted you to be like the lion, who shared its strength with others and took action despite the challenges." As the sage spoke, the lazy man's gaze dropped, realization dawning upon him like the first light of dawn. The sage continued, "Sometimes we misread the signs that life presents to us. We believe they promise comfort and ease when, in fact, they encourage us to grow, to act, and to become more than we are. Reflect on the lessons life has shown you, and remember this: true fulfillment and purpose come when you take the reins of your own destiny and strive to be a force for good in the world." The man's heart swelled with a mixture of shame and determination. He nodded, understanding now that waiting idly was never the path intended for him. With a newfound sense of purpose, he turned back toward the village, ready to work hard and become the lion in his own story, determined to make a difference in his life and in the lives of those around him. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video, sharing your thoughts in the comments, and subscribing to our channel for more inspiring content. Your support means the world to us. Thank you, and stay blessed.